During the reign of King Hung He, a certain Shen Mo Chao perfected a weapon known as the lightning strike, which never missed its target. And
hey, what's up, y'all? It's the Prophet representing Pasadena, 626. Big shouts.
Was eager to secure the throne. He'd heard about Shen and his lightning strike, and sent emissaries to him to persuade.
Oh man, the Prophet came up with a while back when I was probably like in high school, starting out like in 9th grade. Before that I was called MC Midas, Golden Touch. And before that I was like 12 years old, I got Gorilla MC, my first one. But eventually I came up with the Prophet. Before it was the Prophet, it was actually the political Prophet. But I thought it was a little too crazy, so I just shortened to the Prophet. Every now and then, that's what I
I like to see the crumbling rubble, it's so humbling. Rebuttal is unneeded when breakdown proceeds. Now it's clear, no man is safe, no place.
My whole family basically musical. I'm in a band with my cousins called Synthpop Music. The drummer, one of the homies, the keyboardist, scaling up. Everyone is basically family. Cousin Hector plays guitar, cousin David plays bass. It's awesome. It's like a really cool collaboration. Like the band. Dad was an artist. He used to draw. He plays guitar. So basically everyone. I just picked it up as a kid. I seen everyone around me rap. Cousin Cypher was I used to see him rap all the time.
Thanks, old man.
Thought I'd pick up the microphone.
You saved my life
but you know
today.
what? I just started writing.
When I get
Mainly
back home,
freestyling. That's my big thing. Freestyling. As I got older, something to do with writing. I'm mainly just I wanted to be a prophet because I always figured like, you know, talking about the past, bringing that up because I'm all about like, my roots, studying hip hop all the way back. All about analyzing the present, most importantly, hip hop side of the future.
When I jump on beats, feed fire to the city's my army. Too many high-powered beings.
I'm a very spontaneous writer. I write everywhere. I'll be on the train, take a little napkin, little envelope, bill, writing randomly. I realized I have to be a little more structured, so sometimes I just sit down and throw a beat on, roll the blunt, maybe light up a little chopper, just try to get in the mood and shit. For the most part, if I'm feeling it, I gotta start writing. Start writing, just let it go. Before you know it, I have a whole song, hook, 216, whatever. Pretty spontaneous.
The city is on fire.
Thanks, old man. You saved my life today.
Major influences have to be a lot of old school soul and funk. I started digging the crates recently. Love with Roy Ayers. I did a whole album with Frank John James and sampled nothing but Bob James. And the next one's gonna be Roy Ayers. So just being able to do those projects gave me a really good insight into a lot of the old school that kind of paved the way for a lot of this hip hop nowadays. People are sampling from. So a lot of that. Also a lot of like contemporary hip hop from like the 90s. That's like my era. Like 93, I say, to like maybe like 1999. Nothing but classic hip hop joints. And I'm kind of like not necessarily trapped in the 90s, but I'm very nostalgic to like the sound of the 90s. So a lot of that. I love Wu-Tang. Wu-Tang was
drop that beat now. Overflow, spilling, no salt after production. Yeah, the kid gets top billing, top shillings, chopping samples, back alley dealings, peaceful notes tend to evoke these deep-rooted feelings. I can do anything, fucking crash through the ceiling of my own raps.
Method Man was actually my biggest
feeling. I'm stealing the moment of your attention to plant the seed and feeling emotions channel like roots to the tree, roots to the leaf, sunshine to life is to speak.
When we used to rap, used to almost like dance on stage.
Years with no signs of slowing down, trying to change the direction of where we're headed now. Musically, culturally, but I ain't one to preach. Just wanna seek knowledge, share it with the meek. Powerful alliances.
That depends on mood. I love reggae. I went through a whole reggae phase, going to old school roots from the 70s, like Burning Spear, Steel Pulse, way beyond just Bob Marley. But Bob's the shit. You know, I'm talking down to Bob. But also like recently, like besides like listening to a lot of reggae, also been listening to like a lot of old school jazz. Miles Davis, kind of blues, probably like
into the dragon, the mad one, kind of brash when I smash puns. The forecast calls for 16 bars of divine wrath. Ice a path to your bloody
we're still like that, but
blast
that's album
against
is
the porcelain
bonkers.
slab like Bascom. I'm a slide vibe vixen, never collide with my conviction. To collect future commissions, I turn perpetrators into victims. Let's believe that they curled up in defeated fetal position, needed a team position. See hip hop's alive and it's well, cause I'm at the helm. Kick back, recline for a spell. Eyes on the bell, got a story I'm dying to tell. Out for blood like a lion that smells.
Super Mario Brothers all day. And let me tell you why. They were the first to come out. Nintendo, obviously. I got the Nintendo like most kids. Mario was the shit. It came with the gun, and you could do the duck hunt like on the other side of the cartridge. Remember that? So it was like duck hunt or the clay shooting, and then you can fuck with the Mario Brothers. And then they advanced. I got the Super Nintendo. Yoshi came in the mix. And I was like, what the fuck? But I had my Sega. And I did fuck with Sonic, and I love Sonic. Sonic and Tails the 2, I think was one of my favorite games and shit. You know, like that level, that like Las Vegas. But yeah, it's great games.
Overrated, cause the job is done best when you're highly motivated. And my brother, I'm on turbo, jumping every hurdle. Even if I'm on the floor, cause the money gets you going, you could end up.
Or to say like my Christmas and it was a crazy time. It wasn't necessarily like all love, but it was cool. But what I remember the most was
without a soul to speak to. I bet you that I'll thrive if I have to. I defeat you. My track record speaks for itself, perfecting test. The sun is kind of far, but it's setting in the west. On the level that you never seen. This is just a sneak peek. Arson and profit, your peak. Go let that beat speak.
Het leven zal je wenken, dan zeg je ons gedag.
Realistically, like just like the regular prophet that I am, not necessarily the prophet for dough. I mean, I gotta keep it realistic. Like you do have to eat, and there's always a fine line. But for the most part, like since I'm not really coming among too much money right now, that's not really an issue for me. So for me, it's always been just about being me, like the prophet, being able to keep my integrity and just make music and with love. And if the blessings come my way, then accept them graciously and move on. But definitely not exclusively going after that. Even though I realize that, you know, you do kind of got to have a balance. But I don't know, I'm just loving the music right now, you know. I'd probably have to say I'm probably gonna have to say the RZA. The reason I have to say the RZA is because like since Wu-Tang was probably one of my most influential groups as a kid, just really like sitting down there and analyzing the production. I mean, look at the first album that he produced all of 36 Chambers. He produced all of Iron Man. He produced all of Only Good for Cuban Links. He produced all of Return 36 Chambers and Dirty Version. He produced all of Method Man's Cal. I mean, all the first albums got blessed with it. Oh, he produced it, Just a Liquid Sword. I mean, classic albums, man. The production is crazy. And then now, even as the game's progressed, he's not wasting diversifying sound. Also produced I really admire that. Two other producers that I probably like to probably throw up in there. Organized Noise from Outkast, like that whole production team is just ridiculous. Like they created like some of the most classic material. I feel like, in my opinion, like all the Outkast albums, the first like 4 or 5.
Kick it off as I get it off my chest. If I didn't give my best, I just give it all the rest. Cause my next move gotta be above the best move. Gotta guarantee the moment that it's hard to get to. I'm blessed from the shoes to the beanie on my head, from the roots to the fruit which bear my success. So it's little from a pair of eyes. Don't you dare reply to the vision of achievement from the heat of Fahrenheit. I'm tearing out my life from the pages of the book of death. Writing it tonight on the pages of the book of life. Don't know where it is. Out of sight, but we're measured by our life. Try to make you proud of mine. Revisit me, I'm listening even when I ain't dead. Is more than just within the empty air. If the end is not ideal, just stop and grab a hard hat. Revisit.
You see, this is a very tricky situation. I'm not a fan of ghostwriting whatsoever. Like, I feel that it's kind of like one of those things that when I hear about it, like it kind of like gets to me a little bit, because I mean, this game's all about like individuality. It's all about originality. It's where it started from. You know what I mean? And it's crazy, like when like I found myself loving artists like Drake, you know, like when he's rapping, knowing that he never wrote one single word of what he's rapping, but like he raps some style and swagger. So I'm kind of torn on both ways. Like, will I personally do it myself for somebody? I don't think so. Maybe years later from now, my perspective will change. Who knows? Especially if there's profit involved. But right now, I don't really see it as something that I want to pursue. And if I was ever approached to do it, I would definitely have to. Because I don't think we're going from the wackest motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's still gonna be about the dough, but then I gotta come up with some this really loose bullshit just to appease the audience. It's like, or someone trying to rap my style, like, come on, man. There's only one me. I don't want like a bunch of other people rap like me, you know? My opinion. Definitely open for sponsorships. I mean, given the right situation. I mean, I'm not gonna just go out there and like try to link up with everybody and shit. Like me, I'm all about energy, you know, and I'm all about trying to find the right energy for the people that I'm working with, not only musically, but with the other bullshit business aspect of the music that I'm trying to break into. That's essential. So it all depends, but I'm definitely open. Absolutely. Like we're all independent. I think when we all link together, then it's the best.
Tend to evoke these deep-rooted feelings. I can do anything, fucking crash through the ceiling of my own raps.
Definitely a big shout out to him. Shout out to the consortium.
Years with no signs of slowing down, trying to change the
Big
direction
shout out
of where we're
to
headed now.
James.
Musically, culturally, but I ain't wanna preach. Just wanna see knowledge, share it with the meek. Powerful alliances eliminate the weak. Profit, ARNP, go let that beat speak.
Great Majesty over there in Brooklyn. We're working on an album together. That's just gonna drop soon, dog. My man Rhythm over there in Amsterdam, hooking me up with sick beats. I can't forget anyone. Mickey Kicks, mad love, dog, out there. You know what I'm saying, doing your thing. San Jose. It's my bros.
Into the dragon, the mad one, kinda brash when I smash puns. The forecast calls for 16 bars of divine wrath. Ice a path through your bloody mass, body splashed against the porcelain slab like bass.